So this Nordic Story, it's sort of gone through different stages, so we say. Obviously, you started with a hammer on the kitchen floor, and then from there into a bit of a family business situation, like really family business, where literally no one outside are doing anything, you lot are doing everything. That's not very often the case. And now there's a new chapter coming up now, where it's spreading in different ways. If you want to maybe have a little...
Yeah, I think it's a nice story to share because it's a progress, and it like I said, it has stages. When you develop a company from a one-man operation, you bring in your wife and your family, and then you bring in a team, and that becomes the extended family. It becomes really tight-knit in a way. And I can say something. I mean, it's great to work on your own. It's great to have your own little corner in the studio, which I had, like my little workshop. Many years of that. I think it was needed. I think it was needed to
incubation.
Yeah, and also to explore things at depth and without anybody else. Kind of distracting me from the thing. But it was also a great feeling to then have my wife Suvi join me for several reasons. First, I mean, I was not working alone, but also the task at hand was to develop the capsule and then the product and like a finished microphone. And that was so heavy, so that I couldn't have done it on my own. I mean, so it's not a family business just because it needs to be a family business, but I really needed her help. And it was 6-day weeks with starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting up and getting to work on the thing, and then finishing sometimes at 6 again in the evening. So doing 12-hour work days, and then just get something to eat and get a lot of sleep, hopefully, and then start all over again. And the reason we were doing it like that also was trying to be very self-sufficient is that we had I had a cycle of development, which was that I would get up in the morning and I would sketch out the new ideas I had for the new version of the design. I would have them. I would draw them up in CAD, and then I would have them, do the CAM, which is the programming of the CNC, and then I would run these parts and machine these parts and make them and put them into a microphone. So hopefully after lunch, I can actually record with said microphone. I can test it, and then I can measure it, and then I can spend the evening thinking about, and sometimes even the night,
what
thinking
next
about
step to try.
What went wrong, what worked out, and then you start all over again. So it was by design.
That's some process.
Yeah, but it was like a bubble. It was like I was going, these cycles inside the bubble, and I don't even. It sounds kind of crazy if I say that it was between 100 and 150 cycles, at least for the capsule alone. That doesn't sound healthy, and but I think the number is in the ballpark. So that stage was very, very. It was like a marathon. It was very demanding, but it needed to be done, and I needed to go really deep. We can touch on the topic of the capsule itself and the design later, but it was really just something that needed to be done, and I needed to be able to do it myself. I need to have everything within reach. So
full focus.
Microphone making machine, a microphone testing machine, and the recording studio and everything.
And listen and straight back into the next loop.
And the guitar right there, so I can try it on vocals and guitar and right away. So, and then the next stage, which is really what's happening now, is that we want to be able to make more microphones than just
because obviously a family business like that, where you make everything in-house, there's a limit to what can happen, basically, because there's only so many hands and hours. So
so many hours, 24 hours, 2 heads, 4 hands. That's a limiting factor.
Definitely.
So you need to bring more people on board, but they need to be aligned with your mission. You don't want to deviate from your vision and your mission. You need to stay on track. And I also want to keep it the way that we can still say that these are handmade microphones. These are we actually, these parts, if somebody will now help us with making some of the parts, they would still be put together by us and they would still be designed by us. The quality, if anything,
Tested in-house.
Yeah, and the quality, if anything, would go up because I can get a specialist into making this part for me. I made hundreds of them myself. Now I can get the specialist. I take my parts and I compare it to the specialist's work. And of course, it has to be better, not worse. So we're keeping all the things that require specific knowledge that we have gathered over the years. We keep all of that in-house and between ourselves, and and still tuning and we call it skinning the putting the diaphragms on and tensioning them.
Yeah,
it's all going to be super tightly controlled, and we can do all the measurements and all that in-house, and then even listen to every microphone. But in this case, it's also a little different from the other companies, because I think there's a tendency of not having less and less done in-house.
Yeah, I mean, there's the big China thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the cut point, I guess, is China or not China for all those things.
Yeah.
Some people don't, but a lot of it is, and there's that. So that's definitely a non-thing here then. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're great suppliers and fantastic knowledge and skills and possibilities, abroad, but it doesn't mean that. And I think maybe also because we have our own design. It's designed in-house and it's made in-house. So we it's really essential that we keep the quality control so that it's still this thing we designed. We don't want to, like I said, deviate from that, not one bit.
Yeah.
But then, the next stage, also bringing in more people, those people bring something as well. It's not like
and it changes again.
No, it's not thinning out. It's like it's building up. So I mean, so having more expertise, more ears, basically, people that can have a really helpful, second opinion about something.
Yeah.
Feedback, instant feedback. You grow this system of feedback when you create a prototype and you get more people to react to it. And if we all are in agreement in the team, then it's fantastic. But the goal and the purpose, of course, is to make more microphones available for a larger amount of people, and not forgetting making it more efficient. And this is something I want to stress. I designed the capsule and the microphone, the first, like in this new era in a way, the 100K. I designed it to be mass produced. Even if we made even this.
Although I didn't start that way.
Yeah. No. We made everything ourselves.
Yeah,
but the thought was there, and it was always designed to be so that I could bring in what do you call it? I could have the parts made for me.
Yeah.
It's called
well, subcontractors, I guess.
Subcontractors or suppliers. Outsourcing, yes, that's what I'm looking for. I could have it outsourced, so it was designed to be that, so that I could go from a certain number of microphones we can produce ourselves to a bigger number, and also at the same time getting keeping the cost, because if you do larger quantities, you get better pricing on all the different parts, all the different components, and that will go into the pricing of the microphones.
Of course, yeah.
Good news for the customer, and good news for the vision I had to make this sound available to
lots of people. Yeah.
So it's a win-win, for everybody involved, and also it allows me to focus more on the actual R&D of the next microphone model.
Yeah.
So then I have to do less machining, less painting, less whatever it is.
All the mechanical things that were involved when it's a family business, where basically otherwise it doesn't get done.
Right? No. But I get all this help.
But that soaks away focus.
Yeah, I get all this help from people. And that's the thing that happened with my wife, Suvi, and that I think she needed weeks of training to be able to assemble a capsule.
But she gave up her job before you kind of went into that gear as well, right?
Gave up her job, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it sort of became a conscious, everyone, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And everything else on hold, focus for the whole team.
and she's a trained classical violinist, so you can imagine that her motoric skills and her sensitivity is actually way beyond mine, which turned out to, I mean, what happened was that I needed some training, some basic stuff from me, but it didn't take long until she was the better one of us. I mean, she did better work than I could ever do, because she had the skill set.
Yeah.
I had the knowledge to share with her. The same thing is happening with the workers and the people we work with now, that they can bring something and take it to the next level. So it's not, the quality is not going down, it's going the other way, and that feels great, of course. When you have, you get help, and it's really, really taking things to the next level.
It's looking like it's going to bloom a little bit into a different chapter here now, for sure.
Yeah.
And availability. A lot of people have known about the brand for a long time, but then there's also a lot of people who haven't, or when they've encountered it, maybe gone, oh, wow, that looks awesome, but no, not for me at the moment, but that'll change, and then that'll be a whole different ball game for those people. And it'll be basically reachable, that thing that it does, which should be interesting, I think.
Yeah, and it is not taken over by some giant corporation.
No.
Buying the whole thing and going Beringer with it. Sorry to use that word. No, I mean, hats off for doing them. But in a way, that business model does make things available for people.
It does.
At a good price. So that part is all good. That part is fantastic. But we want to keep the handmade, the personal. We don't want to lose the mission, the vision. We want to stay on track on the path that we found, and we want to stay true to that. And it's really important, because you're not doing this. You're definitely not doing this to make money. And this is maybe what it differs from certain big companies.
Better choices if that was the first priority.
Yeah. This is not about euros and dollars and marketing goals. It's really still about that passion. It's still about that. My first experience with that U47, I powered it up, and I was like, whoa. It's still about that.
That's what we had the other day.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was a lady that came with the camera, and she had a quick listen to his mic, and her face went funny.
Yeah.
That whoa, what's that sound? That was quite good to see. It's like, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how many faces like that will happen soon.
I mean, she was not an audio person, but she was. No. She's working with media. So she heard microphones.
She's heard microphones with headphones before. So that's the face happened.
The face, and then the phrase, like, I want one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
That's the second part. Yeah, that happened.
So I think the concept works if I make something for me that I would want.
This is the thing. Then it's
likely.
Find who agrees. And,
if
it's easy to agree, it might be quite a lot of people.
Sure. Hopefully. Exactly. So
it's changed shape a lot, and now the next phase. That's excellent. Interesting times.